Well, hey everybody, Backyard Scrapping here, and welcome to part 2 of our gold refine, gone amiss, or gone askew, or gone wrong, or whatever you want to call it. Ron had said that he had another package to send me to go along with that other stuff that he had just found, so I was waiting on it to get here, and it got here the other day. And I haven't really been able to do anything yet. I've had a ton of doctor's appointments this month. I still have a ton more. And it's been raining. And that stuff that I've got in the other box that we showed you in the first video, actually we're going to burn that off. I've pretty much decided we're going to take it outside here in just a minute, as soon as we see what's in this box. And we're basically probably going to burn that stuff off and work with the ash, because I looked at it a couple more times. Like I said, I have not opened anything yet. This is some more. I actually don't really know what that was he had told me. But I'm kind of thinking from the looks of this that we are just going to throw that in as well. We're just going to go ahead and burn all this stuff. And like I said, it's been raining. It rained all weekend. I was going to try and do it Friday, but we've just had what I guess this El Nino crap. I don't know. It's going to keep us guessing. But anyway, I've got my pot cleaned out. When I burn this stuff off, it actually sits outside, so it can't be raining when I'm trying to burn it off. But anyway, I'm going to take this out here, the other box, take this camera out here, and we're going to get set up, and I'm going to put some gloves on, take a closer look at some of that other stuff. But I'm pretty sure we're going to just throw everything in that pot, turn that fire on high, and walk away for a while. So I will get back at you when we get outside. Okay guys, we're out in the lab. Let me get some gloves on right quick. I've been cleaning up out here a little bit because naturally when it goes unused it gets messy. So let me throw a set of gloves on, and we are going to take a closer look at this stuff and see what we got going on here. So this was the box he just sent, and I don't exactly remember what he said it was, but irrelevant anyway. It looks like there's some fine powders in here, some paper or filters, and so on and so forth. Kind of looks like the other stuff we already received. But like I said, I don't know what any of this was or what chemicals were used on it, so I didn't really want to. Well, that glove's no good. Look at that. Let me go grab another glove. You can see where the plastic wadded up in there when they made it. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I grabbed another couple of gloves just in case. Anyhow, like I said, I don't really know what this is. That feels like cotton or a filter or something. But anyway, like I said, because of I'm going to open this up and look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's all pretty much the same kind of stuff. We didn't open this inside the house because I didn't want to. But this looks like, once again, this is like filters and paper towels, and I think this is where we saw that little bit of gold. And the same in here. This is paper towels, and there's a little bit of gold in the bottom of there. So the best thing, I mean, fire is going to be our friend in this situation. Because otherwise we'd be using a ton of chemicals trying to draw all this stuff out. So I'm going to try and put it in here as gingerly as possible. I don't want to put the plastic bags in because that's just going to add more mess to what we're already trying to clean up. I know there's going to be a little bit of stuff left in them, but you know, that's just a choice I'm making here. I don't want to be breathing that stuff in either. Let's see if I can find a knife. Somewhere I have a knife. Well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. If we're lucky, we'll be able to seal this and just tear the top off. And we're not going to be that lucky. So let me find a set of cutters. I'm going to cut these tops off because we're going to get stuff hung up in these Ziplocs. So we're just going to cut these off. We're going to dump these stuff in this thing, get it burning, and dispose of these bags. Like I said, I know there's probably a little bit of dust in them, but we are going to sacrifice that to the precious metal gods, simply because I don't want this plastic in here. We got enough stuff. I'm doing this very slow. As you can see, we're getting a lot of dust off of that. I want to back off because I don't have a face mask on. Didn't think I would need one. I didn't think it was going to be that dusty, but it is. In fact, let me pause for a second and go get a mask. I'll be right back. Okay guys, we got a face mask on, see me? I know it's not a respirator, but this is rated for kids, so it should be rated enough for this. I'm just blocking dust. I'm not trying to keep any gases out. Anyhow, I know everybody's been waiting, especially Ron's been waiting a long time for this refine. I'm hoping that we can recover some gold. He told me what kind of boards they were, but you know my brain anymore. I don't, my brain just doesn't function properly, I guess. But he told me it was some kind of a, anyway, they were supposed to be really good boards, and they were, I think he said he had a dozen of them or something along those lines. Get as much of this stuff out of here as we can. Like I said, I'm going to sacrifice a little bit because I do not want to burn those plastic bags. It's going to add to our burn time. It'll add a lot to our burn time. And I don't know what process was done on this stuff. So like I said, I'm just, safest thing for me is to burn it and just burn everything up. And that way I don't have to worry about it. I'll have ash, and I can do a light quick rinse on the ash, or even just process the ash as it is. And go from there. I really don't even have to rinse it. Because it's not going to be necessary. I do see little bits of gold in there, so let me roll this around in my hands a little bit, see if we can get a little speck of that out. If you ever run into something like this, I mean, there are several different things you can do, but in this instance, and in this case, fire is your friend. Alright, that's going to have to be good enough. So, what we'll do, have our pot like this. It's a loose, there's no gaskets in it. It's an old pressure cooker. And I'm not even going to put the lid, I'm not going to even line it up so the lid goes on. I'm just going to lay the lid on it. And we're going to get out here to the burner and fire this up and just let it burn. I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot to see yet until we start processing this ash. So I will be back at you in a few minutes. Okay guys, I got my lighter. We got our gas on. And as you can see, this is where I burn stuff like this off. So we pretty much, had to wait for the rain to quit. And I'm just going to crank this booger up. I'm going to set the lid on it because we don't want any of the ash to, when it starts burning up, we don't want any of that ash floating off. And that's what I'm going to do. So when we get this burnt down, I'll get back to you. Okay guys, I'm just popping back in for a second. Our smoke has started to settle down a little bit. We're getting a pretty good vaporization. I can see it, you see the smoke coming out of the pot, but then when you look above that, it's pretty much vaporizing. We're not seeing a lot of like smoke going up into the air. So that's what I wanted it to do. I've got that burner set wide open. So, and I'm sure we got a little bit of steam coming out of there as well because some of that stuff was damp. It's been, I don't know if I may have already said it, I think it's been about 15 or 20 minutes. It looks to me like we're getting close to the end. We're just getting wafts now. So I'm going to just let it keep going. And we'll take a peek at it when it's done. And then the next step after that, we're going to make sure it's all broken up real good. And then we will just put it in some aqua regia. I had thought about soaking it in hydrochloric acid or something first, the ash, to get rid of anything. But like I said, I don't know exactly what happened with this. So we're going to do it in aqua regia. We'll probably have to do a couple drops. I'm presuming the first drop is going to be dirty. As you can see there, smoke even got less. So we should be getting close to the end of this burn. I figured about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. But anyway, we'll get back at you then. Okay guys, it's been a little bit over 30 minutes and I just took the top off of that and I looked and there's still a lot of stuff in there to burn. Apparently that whatever dust material or whatever powdery looking stuff that we had that we dumped in there was obviously, some of it was pretty wet because I'm feeling it, clump up from the heat. The paper is about half burned, so I just stirred it up and got some of the stuff off the bottom that was burnt pretty good. It's just taking longer than I thought. I mean, our smoke is very minimal, so we should be vaporizing most of that crap now. It may take as long as another half hour, maybe 45 minutes, because there was still a lot in there. We haven't even got it close to being down to ash yet. So anyhow, it's getting cold out here. I'm just going to go in, let this burn, and I'll get back at you tomorrow. And we'll take a look at that ash, make sure it's good and burn off. I'm going to just let this sit here and go. I'm going to get a little closer and show you. I mean, it's hot. You can see that pot is getting really hot. Our little grate is cherry red, but we're not getting a whole lot of smoke. So, but I want it burnt. I mean, I want it burnt good. So I'm going to go in for the night. I'll come back out later and turn this off and stir everything up, and we may burn it off a little bit more again tomorrow. It's not supposed to rain, I hope. So we'll get back at you then. Okay, guys. It is a couple days later. Actually, I couldn't get back out here. I had another doctor's appointment yesterday. But anyway, so this is how our ash looks. Apparently, there was some stuff that was packed up a lot tighter than I thought, or, wadded up a lot tighter than I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my little grinder, and I'm going to grind this stuff up, and I'm probably going to burn it off some more. No point, you already saw me doing that, so there's really no point in videoing this. It's the same principle as grinding up chips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call this video right here, and when we get back to our next one, we should actually be getting ready to either rinse. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Either rinse this stuff a little bit, or just put it directly in the aqua regia. If I don't rinse it, it's just going to take longer to filter, and I'm thinking I'm probably not going to do that because I want to keep everything in here that's in here. I don't want to take the chance of losing any, any minute gold anywhere. So, alrighty guys, we'll see you all in the next video. So everybody take care and stay safe out there.